Man. Yo, what's up, guys? We are absolutely destroying the books today. So this play I gave out earlier, $5,000 cash on PrizePicks, 500 to win 5K. We had 5 people not to score a touchdown. Then we went 4 for 5 here. And then here, Hunter, the promo rebooted. So this ended up cashing for a 5X. And the day's not even close to over, okay? We have Cortland Sutton. He goes under 49.5 yards. That's another 10X, another 5K cash. We're not even done yet. Underdog Fantasy, a lot of value on the same players. $1,000 cash right here. Absolutely insane. And then most importantly, I got Tyreek Hill. Where is this bad boy? So this bet's still active, but Tyreek Hill, if he does not score a touchdown, we're going to win 20K. So this could be one of the craziest gambling days of the year. A lot of value on PrizePicks on players not to score a touchdown. But without further ado, let's get into some bets. What's up, guys? Yeah, glad everyone, hopefully a lot of people tailed it. But anyways, without further ado, let's start to look at some Sunday night bets. So again, I'm going to be using PrizePicks. We're going to look for some PrizePicks plays. All the sportsbooks in California, depending on where you're located, there's hundreds of sportsbooks out there. There can be value on any sportsbook when you're betting mathematically. Like if we look at the NFL, let's see what bets are out there for tonight. We can do a quick overview of the market. So it actually looks like the top play is on Hot Streak. So this betting tool is called the Positive EV tool. I'll include in the comments a link to get a 2-week free trial of it. But essentially, it's just going to point out value in the market on the sportsbooks you use. So all of these bets, like literally every single one that we're going to go through, is just going to be based in data, logical sports betting, finding value in the market. So you can see the first play it's recommending is Tua under 1.5 passing TDs, 5.78% profit margin. This plays on Hot Streak, which is available in basically every state. And this is just data-driven sports betting, right? Every book sets lines independently. They all have their own models, right? All these books are moving around lines due to where action's coming in. Like so many people, I want to outmodel the sports books. It's like, that's not going to happen, right? These books they've invested millions of dollars in their ability to price lines, set models, their data feeds. They also have access to betting volume. So depending on where the action's coming in, they move lines around. If all the action's coming in on Tua's over, they'll move lines in favor of his over. But anyways, we can try to find some plays on Hot Streak. So why don't we actually just start out with Hot Streak? So we can go here. Let's try to find a pair for this Tua play before the line moves. So it looks like they moved it down already to plus 124, but all these picks are in the same game. Are there any MLB plays available? So also Tyreek Hill under 6.5 receptions. You're getting that at plus 100 on Hot Streak or minus 100. All the other books have the under heavily favored, right? So like FanDuel, $1 billion company, $10 billion company, they have this line at minus 130 with the under favored. Hot Streak is sitting at plus 100. So maybe we actually start out here, and then we'll try to find a pair with it in like the MLB. Then we'll head over to PrizePicks. Maybe there's some early esports value we can get in as well. So what did we want to look at? Hot Streak moves lines pretty quickly, which is kind of annoying about it, but you can see there's some good plays available. They're just all in the same game. So what we want to do is we want to find a pick in a different game. So we can go over to Hot Streak and we can take a look. So typically I set my max odds to like plus 190 on these tools. Plus 190, plus 200, doesn't really matter. But you can see the first play it's recommending, there's a couple good plays. But the first play is Miguel Amaya over half of a single. So if we go here, we can actually take a look at it. So we want to bet on him to get a single. So you can see Hot Streak, like right here, they're giving you a boost every hour. Again, like all these books are kind of different in their own unique ways. Hot Streak every hour, they have like these odds boosts. So you'll see they show up on, the optimizer pretty frequently. Just because Hot Streak is running these promos every single hour. So we want to take this, and then we want to pair it with Tua under 1.5 touchdowns. Well, did they move the line? So they move lines pretty quickly. Yeah, you can see they already moved the line down on Tyreek to minus 108. We can still bet at minus 108. I got to stop talking. And we can get this bet down, and then we'll move on. So Tyreek Hill, under 6.5 receptions. This is a promo play. This guy to get a single. So you can see here, Hot Streak has this line. So if we go back here, Hot Streak has Amaya. They're pricing him. If you just look at the data, they have him plus 183 to get a single. So if you just look at FanDuel, right, it's just like, you know, I always say it's rational sports betting. Investors, traders, hedge fund managers, they look for value in the market. I don't know why people think sports betting is so much more complicated. Did it take this bet? Let's go. Take this bet. I'm not sure if it's not loading. What's the deal? Let's go back here. Let's refresh. Did any of these lines move? So let's actually just go, if it didn't place it yet, Mike Gesicki under 1.5 receptions, plus 107, and we can go with this. So place the bet. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. But anyway, same thing here. Mike Gesicki, every sportsbook has him like, you know, around minus 109. That's the average line. Hot Streak giving us plus 107. Most of these books aren't even giving us plus money. So that's a good play. And there we can go, you know, Hot Streak, you can only bet these promo plays. Amaya, we got him to, you know, hit a single at plus 183 odds on Hot Streak. And if you take a look at all the other sports books, so if we go back here and we take a look at the Cubs game, is if we take a look at, so where is it? What are his odds to get a single on FanDuel, right? Like we're always looking for value in the market. All these sports books have their own sophisticated models. They're running their own models. So you can see on FanDuel, where is he? To hit a single, where is Amaya? He's only plus 125. On Hot Streak, we're getting plus 183. So that seems like a pretty good play. But anyways, let's get to the more popular platforms. Let's pull up ParlayPlay. Let's pull up Underdog Fantasy, where we cashed, if you're just tuning in, we cashed, you know, 5 for 5, all players not to score a touchdown here. And then on PrizePicks, you know, we just have a lot of big sweats open in general. We got 20K on Tyreek Hill, not to score a touchdown. I have some other plays open that I need to cash, but, you know, it's been a pretty great day, 500 to 5K. But anyways, let's look for some more slips. So we can start out on PrizePicks. Why not? And what I want to do is just put everything in here. So I just want to select all the sports books I'm going to be looking at. Where is PrizePicks? 5-pick flex play. We can take a look at JockMKT. Again, depending on where you're located, you know, whatever. You may have more sports books available, less sports books available. I don't know. So let's take a look at PrizePicks. So the first thing about PrizePicks, I already used this promo play and it already lost. So you didn't want to tail my promo bet. But is they're running a slash line special on Tyreek Hill, 53.5 yards. So if you haven't already bet this, you know, obviously this is going to be the top play on the optimizer. All the optimizer does, scan all the sports books, point out value. All these books, Underdog Fantasy, all these books have tens of thousands of lines. Most bets suck, right? Most bets aren't discrepancies. There's not value. You're looking for those few spots of gold, you know, where a book is messing up their lines, where there's value in the market. So we can take a look here, see if there's anything we fall in love with. So this play seems, you know, pretty good to start with. So we can go here and let's start out with Ryland. So this play looks incredible. Under 1.5 field goals made, New England kicker. And you may be wondering like, okay, why is this bet good, right? So you got to remember on PrizePicks, there's a pretty simple strategy for beating them, which is exactly what we did for all of these cashes today on PrizePicks, on Underdog Fantasy. But the way that PrizePicks works, right, is they don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So what you want to do is compare the lines on PrizePicks. So Chad Ryland's line on PrizePicks is 1.5 field goals. So if we go here and let's just pull up Caesar Sportsbook, is we can take a look and you'll see all the sports books. DraftKings has him minus 160, BetMGM minus 165. All the books have him heavily favored to go under, right? So that's why OddsJam's recommending this play. So if we actually just go here, so let's go to the Dolphins game, is all it's doing is reading in data. Like there's no magic going on. Ryland is a big favorite to go under, right? Like his under is heavily favored. His under is minus 148. His over is the underdog. So all the sports books with their complicated models, again, all these books have invested a ton of money in their ability to set lines. They're all telling us he's more likely to go under as opposed to over, right? So that's why this is a good pick on PrizePicks. I've broken down in other videos, the math behind PrizePicks, and you got to win 54.25% of your picks to be profitable, right? Most people have no edge. If you don't have an edge, you picking over versus under is like you flipping a coin. You're going to be 50% to win, 50% to lose. So the easy way to win your picks over 54.25% of the time is you look at sports books, you're like, damn, all these books have Ryland heavily favored to go under 1.5 field goals, right? PrizePicks has his line at 1.5. So obviously if we're getting the same payout, if we take, Ryland's over or his under, getting the same payout, you want to take his under. So that's why this is a sharp pick on PrizePicks. But anyways, we can continue to look. See if there's anything, we fall in love with. Maybe there will be, maybe there won't be. But we want to go with 5 pick entries on PrizePicks, 5 or 6 pick flex plays. So obviously this Tyreek play is an absolute banger if you haven't already bet it. So you can see it's also recommending, where was that first one? Here we go. Deshaun Elliott under 6.5 tackles plus assists. So this is the same reasoning, right? Where is he? And these plays are in the same game, but I actually kind of like it because positive correlation. So what I mean by that is like it's the same thing here. Like you can see Caesars has him as a massive underdog, minus 160 to go under. Every odd has an associated probability. We said on PrizePicks, you have to win your plays 54.25% of the time or more to be profitable playing 5 pick flex plays. So all the books have them heavily favored to go under, but like minus 200 means a 2-to-1 betting favorite, 2/3 to win. So minus 160, it's not minus 200, so it doesn't mean it's 2/3 to win, but obviously he's favored to go under over 54.25% of the time. So that's why the OddsJam optimizer, the fantasy optimizer is pointing this play out, and we can go ahead and we can go with that. Damn. So there are a lot of picks in this game. We're just going to have to figure out what we want to pair together. So we can go here. So I probably wouldn't want to take 2 guys on the same team, both to go under in tackles plus assists. Somebody has to be getting tackles for the Dolphins. So this play on Elliott was a bit higher in terms of its profit margin, probability of hitting. So we'll take that over the Holland play. Maybe the Holland play we can use in another slip or something like that. Anyways, what else do we like? I mean, this seems good, right? Like there can be value in esports. So if you take a look at this player Quinn, so let's go back here. Damn, it's been a good day on PrizePicks. So we really need, last thing I'm going to need is Cortland Sutton to stay under 49.5. And I know a lot of people tailed it. And if you didn't tail it, I don't know what you're doing. Where is Sutton? So he's at 17 yards. Okay, so hopefully he stays under 49.5. Obviously, good start so far, but things can change quick. But anyways, what did we want to do? So anyways, for this Dota play, I mean, it's kind of random. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't bet on esports. It's like, why? I'll bet on anything if I can find an edge. So you can see in his first game, these guys go hard. They have games at frickin' 5:30 and 10:30 in the morning. But we found this line discrepancy. We found value, right? Like for the second game, all the books have his line at 17. There's no value. But for the first game, PrizePicks underdog, there's this discrepancy. ParlayPlay has this guy's line at 16. Now for esports, there's not as many books like posting lines. So I always say like you're probably not going to be as confident in your bets. Anyways, we'll look at underdog in a sec. Let me shut the fuck up for a second, and let's try to find some bets. So we have Quinn, Elliott under, and these plays are positively correlated, right? Like if the Dolphins are dominating the game, they're going to have the ball longer. Chad Ryland is more likely to go under, and Deshaun Elliott is more likely to go under as well. So those plays, they pair kind of well together. But anyways, let's reload this bad boy. And let's take a look, and we can see if there's anything else that we fall in love with that we want to go with. I mean, there's some decent receptions plays. We just need 2 more picks. Can we find 2 more picks? So another thing is about esports, because PrizePicks has fixed payouts, you can like take advantage of this correlation, right? Like these would be negatively correlated if we took one over, but you're getting the same payout. So, you know, if you consider like FanDuel Sportsbook, they price in correlation, but PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform, so they don't price in correlation. So like, for example, for Tua, if I took his over in terms of passing yards, and then I took, you know, Waddle or Tyreek Hill, if I take Tyreek Hill's over, right, the odds are the same on the over and the under, but FanDuel's like, well, if Tua has a great passing game, Tyreek Hill is more likely to go over. So your same game parlay only comes out to plus 176 odds, right? But if you take his under, it comes out to plus 371, even though the odds on the over and the under are the same. So FanDuel already prices in correlation, right? What's great about PrizePicks is they don't. You just have to understand the correlation so you can take advantage of it. So for example, in Dota, right? So we're looking currently at Dota 2 esports. If you go through the data, which I've obviously done, what you're going to notice is there is positive correlation between players on the same team going the same direction. So we're already taking Quinn under, right? So let's take a look at some of these Dota plays that it's recommending. Under 16, right? So we want to find, ideally, players in the same game. So what we can do is let's just take a look at, let's just switch to the league we want to look at. So again, you can kind of just like go down the list and take the top plays, but because you can exploit correlation on PrizePicks, you can't do that on FanDuel, right? If you take Tyreek Hill's over with Tua's over, they give you only plus 176. Whereas for the under, they're giving you plus 373. They're already pricing in correlation, right? But anyways, let's go back here and let's take a look and see it. So it's all unders. So what we want to find, ideally, is players on the same team to go under together. But there are no players on the same team. We have Talon, Team Liquid, all these random things. It's just recommending a bunch of unders, but none of these players are on the same team, which obviously is not what we want. So let's put in all sports back. We're trying to finish out this slip. These two plays, these top two plays are really good. So if there's any other things you want to go with and you're tired of listening to me talk, feel free to hammer them. But if you want to include the Tyreek promo, include the Tyreek promo. So what we can also do is like, okay, you know, this kind of makes sense, right? It makes sense. So if we go here, if we wanted to add in another positively correlated play, this kind of makes sense. Wait, no, I want Waddle receptions, right? So OddsJam is recommending Waddle's over in receptions. All the books have his line at 4.5. Maybe some good value there. And again, if the Dolphins are dominating the game, if they have the ball longer, Waddle is more likely to go over in receptions. Elliott, a defender for the Dolphins, is more likely to go under, and Chad Ryland is more likely to go under. So all these plays are positively correlated. So that works out decently well. It would be nice if there were some more esports value, but there's not. So that kind of sucks. Again, what sucks about esports too is there's not as many books posting lines. So you're just like not as confident, you know, whatever, in your bets. Mike Gesicki, over 14.5 receiving yards. I wouldn't want to take that because, again, that's going to be negatively correlated with the other ones. So what we can do is, what is one final pick we want to go with? I mean, let's just find something to fucking throw in at this point. Taking way too long, and the first two picks are way too good to take this long. Man, they already have lines up for Steelers-Browns? What? Ah, man, so they already moved Elliott. Shit. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal because there was another player's under that we could have taken, Holland. So we'll just switch this to Holland, and then let me just, fuck. So they already moved Holland to 6. So you can see, like, these good betting opportunities, they're not going to last forever. We may have to frickin' switch over to Underdog quickly to find some plays. PrizePicks, I mean, it's not dry. It's just, like, a little dry. Not super dry. We could take Howard under 3. I mean, that works as well. So we could take Howard under 3. So this turns out to be a decent slip, right? So now we have 4 plays. Again, we still need a 5th. So this play I kind of like positive correlation. All these top 3 plays. I mean, Tyreek Hill's over for the promo would be great. Maybe because my first promo bet lost, will PrizePicks let me rebet it? I assume not, but hey, I can try it out. So we can try it out. Are they going to let me rebet it? Because my first one lost, and they're going to say, no, you've already bet this. So that's not going to work. But anyways, what we can do is, do we want to take, what do we want to take, what do we want to take? So Holland, they already moved. They're moving quickly. They're moving very quickly on us here. So we could take, anyways, let's just lock in a play. Okay. So let's take Michael Thomas over 4. When this is for tomorrow, but hey, just kind of how it is sometimes. So here we have, again, like pretty good slip in general. Definitely the best pick is the Chad Ryland pick. The Quinn pick's good too. These plays are all positively correlated. So hey, whatever, works out well enough. We'll switch over to Underdog in a sec. But here looks like, oh shit, I also could have looked at, I also could have looked at pass plus rush plus TDs. So like, for example, one play, again, I already got 20K on it, so I don't know how much more I'm trying to get down. But anyways, anyone wants a tail, here's our first slip. Man, they're bumping quick. What up, guys? Sorry for talking too much. They're bumping everything in my face. But that can be the first pick we go with. 3 positively correlated NFL plays. Chad Ryland, under 1.5. All the books have him heavily favored to go under. I mean, clear as day, clear edge on this play. Good value. And again, the more books you have access to, the better. There's hundreds of sports books out there. I'm just using the books that are, legal in my location. Tons of bets on bet parks. Like, I don't even know where these sports books are located. I know some of them are like Michigan. Some Canadian sports books. Bet365 has some early college football value. More books you got on, the better. But let's build another slip with Tyreek Hill. I mean, why the fuck not? Or we could look at this Stevenson play. Oh, so Monday Night Football. So a lot of people, you may be wondering, like, why were all these picks ridiculously good? And on PrizePicks, they leave up a lot of these TD lines. Same with Underdog. Because they know all the, frickin' degenerates are going to bet them, right? Everyone's going to bet the over, all the recreational bettors. So they leave up the lines, even though they know that player has a lot higher of a likelihood of going under. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. Like for Tyreek Hill, he is like heavily favored to go under, right? Like Caesars, as an example, has him plus 135 to score a touchdown, right? So he's an underdog. They're giving you bet 100 to win 135 in profit. You can see Betano has him favored to go under. A lot of these books, they only have what's called a one-way market. So like DraftKings is giving you plus 125 on Tyreek to score, but you can't bet the under on Tyreek. But if you look at Fliff is one of the rare sports books that, they have odds on the over and the under, right? And you can see his under is heavily favored. So that's a great play to go with. And that's a play we can go with, although we should probably take a look at Stevenson as well. So let's go back here. And again, like we wouldn't want to take Stevenson in the same slip as Tyreek Hill. They're on opposite teams, right? So those plays would be negatively correlated. If the Dolphins have the ball more, Tyreek Hill is more likely to score. But anyways, let's go here. Player touchdowns. And let's take a look at Stevenson. Because this play may be better. I don't know. We'll have to take a look. And by the way, can you get any of these picks on Underdog still? Let's take a look. Underdog Fantasy cashed out today. So let's go here. I don't want to see live bets. I want to see normal bets. Nope, I want all. Okay, so let's take a look. What does they have? So this Tyreek play is available on Underdog Fantasy as well. I think it's really good. So we could take it on PrizePicks, which has, or we could take it on Underdog. I already bet it on Underdog. But did my slip lose with Tyreek Hill? So my slip already lost with, did it already lose? Where's Tyreek? Maybe it's still active. So it may still be active. Where did I include it? So it already lost, but regardless, Not going to be able to include Tyreek Hill again, I don't think, because I already hit my cap. Underdog Fantasy has limited me to like $100 max bet sizes per player. But if you didn't already bet it on Underdog, you can bet it on Underdog. But anyways, let's take a look at Stevenson first. So we want Stevenson, and let's see how we feel about this play. So this play is also incredible. Again, why does PrizePicks have this lineup? Because everyone's taking Tyreek Hill's over. All the squares, all the recreational bettors. But you can literally see here, he is heavily favored to go under. Again, if you go through the math behind PrizePicks, all you got to do to make money playing 5 and 6 pick flex plays is win these prop bets, right? Just like this, above 54.25% of the time. So we got some videos on that. But we'll take Tyreek Hill's under, or we can take Stevenson's under. So what I can do is I can go to the optimizer, and we can take a look at some other plays. So there's 2 really good bets that we can go with on PrizePicks, 2 good TD bets, and we can just kind of see like, okay, which one would we rather take? So like, for example, with Chad Ryland under 1.5, who would I rather take? So this I'm not even like sure. If I take Ryland's under, I probably don't want to take Stevenson's under. I don't think so. I'm not positive what the correlation would be, but regardless, I want to get on both these plays. Stevenson play, it's clear as day. Fliff just moved his line. This is the sportsbook screen. Again, I'll include a link. You can get a 2-week free trial of OddsJam. It'll be in the pinned comment. Fliff just moved this line, right? They're moving lines towards his under, right? He's minus 200. Minus 200, 2/3 to win, 2-1 betting favorite. That's what minus 200 means. Minus 300 is 3-1 betting favorite, 3/4 to win, 75%. If this plays 66% to win, if you could win your PrizePicks prop bets 66% of the time, your ROI is going to be, would be insane, right? It would be 103%. But anyways, I'm trying to think about what I want to pair. So let's go back here. So I really like this Chad Ryland play. Damn. Juju Smith-Schuster under 32.5 receiving yards. So this play, now we're looking good. So what I want to do is I want to take Juju under 32.5, and I'm going to take Stevenson's under along with him. Let's take... So, like, logically, it should make sense. So, why do we like Juju? Let's just pull up the odds. Let's go to player receiving yards, and we can take a look at Juju, right? It's like PrizePicks is definitely, they have his line at 32.5. Most of these other books, I mean, a lot of them are updating, but the market's kind of in general around like 28, whatever. So, maybe some value on the under. Plus, this play on Stevenson, if the Patriots have the ball less, Juju's more likely to go under. Stevenson's less likely to score. So these are 2 good plays we can start with. What else do we want to go with? So then we can just kind of take a look. I mean, again, if you haven't already bet the Tyreek promo, it would be great to include the Tyreek promo with these 2 picks. But anyways, maybe we should just move on to Underdog Fantasy quickly and see if we find anything on Underdog. Kendrick Bourne over 3.5 receptions. Damn. So the market is moving. Again, like, why do these lines move? Lines can move at any time for a bunch of different reasons. Lineup changes, weather changes, where's action coming in the market. Books don't want risk, right? Like, they'll move around their lines due to supply and demand. Where is action, coming in? But anyways, let's pull up ParlayPlay as well. I mean, we can look at a bunch of sports books. We still got an hour until game time, so we'll kind of look at everything. It looks like some good plays are showing up. But what we can do is we can see what we feel good about. Stevenson under 3.5 receptions. So you can see PrizePicks just bumped Juju's line. So not going to be able to take that. But anyways, anything we want to go with, or should we just move on to Underdog Fantasy? I mean, I think these plays are really good if you're looking for something. I'm just trying to figure out what are the best pairs to go with, which, can make it a little more A little more complicated. Jake Bailey over 3.5 punts. So, like, what would be good? So this actually seems pretty good, right? Well, right, these would pair well together. So OddsJam's recommending we take Jake Bailey over 3.5 punts, right? He's the Miami punter. So it would make sense to pair Tyreek's under with that, right? You can see these other sports books, OddsJam just points out value. They have his line at 4 punts, right? So that seems decent. So now we have a couple picks which seem good, and this play looks beautiful. So Kendrick Bourne, over 38.5 receiving yards. This is starting to look like a beautiful slip. And we're doubling the fuck down on Tyreek Hill once again. So most of the market, you know, look at this. Like, Kendrick Bourne's line is 47.5 on Hot Streak, right? 38.5 on PrizePicks. Huge discrepancy in the market. The sports betting market, super fragmented, inefficient. You could bet the over 38.5. You could hedge on Hot Streak if you wanted to, take the under 47.5. But anyways, all these plays are positively correlated. So this is looking pretty good so far. So let's just refresh this. Let's take a look and let's see if we can find any other picks that we want to go with. So Dolphins under. So I wouldn't want to take an under in terms of passing plus assists. So what we can do is we can take Patriots, Steelers under 4 for Pat Freiermuth. New Orleans Saints. Do we have 2 Monday Night Football games? What is going on? Damn. How do we feel? Mac Jones under 242.5 yards. Rest of the market's around 238.5. Kendrick Bourne, we already took that. So we could take this play on Quinn again. Fuck. So they already updated that. Man, I'm moving way too slow today, but it was easier earlier when there were a ton of games. So we can hit his under. We can also take a look at Chubb. What's his touchdown line? Is his over favored? Is his under favored? Maybe there's some value on Chubb. So Chubb, there's no value, right? He's actually decently favored on some sports books to score a touchdown. So there's not enough value there. But what we can do is we can go here and maybe we'll just build one final slip. So we have Tyreek Hill to not score a touchdown. That's great. We can take this line over 2 shots for Antonio Candavera. And then, again, a lot of these plays are in the same game, so just be careful about the correlation. And then let's go here, and let's take Thomas over 4. And this play seems decent. Again, it's not as good. Obviously, yesterday's live stream, there's more lines available. You know, we have the whole NFL slate, but this play seems pretty dang good as well. It all makes sense to me. We got positive correlation on these NFL plays. Again, I think the Stevenson play is really good if we can find something to pair it with by game time, which I'm sure we'll be able to. But let's move on to another sports book for a bit. Maybe we move on to Underdog Fantasy. What's up, guys? Anyways, what's up, guys? Born bumped. Yeah, I don't know if they're someone's watching, or I don't know if people are just front running me and everyone's freaking hammering it before I can get it down. So I'm not exactly sure. Ooh. So where do we want to look next? We could look at ParlayPlay. We can look at any of the sports books. And again, what's great about these books too is they all have promos. So, the same way PrizePicks is running this promo on Tyreek Hill, right? They're giving you a big discount. Sleeper is even better of a discount. They have, where's their frickin' promo? I thought they had a promo on Tyreek Hill. They definitely have a promo on Tyreek Hill. Here it is. So Another buck, another promo, 81.5 to half of a receiving yard. Obviously, this is going to win. Another benefit of having multiple books. All these books have different lines, first of all. And then second of all, you know, a lot of them run these promos. It's how they get new customers. It's how they keep people coming back to their platform. But anyways, we can look at ParlayPlay, which is a platform, man, so let's just get right into it. So we can start here with Elliott, under 1.5 receptions. So you can see all the sports books have his under heavily favored. ParlayPlay is another platform where they're not changing your payout based on you selecting over versus under. The strategy for beating these books is very simple. Compare their lines to the sports books. You can do it manually if you want. All the positive EV tool is doing that, you know, in the software. But anyways, let's take a look at Sanders. So this seems pretty good. If the Patriots have the ball less, Dolphins are more likely to have the ball more. Sanders is more likely to go over in kicking points. Positive correlation. And so this seems pretty good. Derek Carr under 1.5 passing touchdowns. So again, the number of picks you go with matters on all these platforms. If you're new to the live streams, and by that it just means, like, you know, on Underdog, they give you a 6x payout for any 3-pick parlay you make. On ParlayPlay, it's only 5x. So obviously, their 3-pick entries on ParlayPlay suck. But, you know, let's find some picks to pair with, and then we'll head over to Underdog. So what we can do is we can just take a look at where there's some value in the market. So this play on Holland that they bumped on us like fucking assholes is available on ParlayPlay. But how does the correlation work out? So this makes sense. I actually really like this play. If the Dolphins have the ball longer, Sanders is more likely to go over, Elliott under, and Holland under in tackles plus assists. So this play is great. All the books have Holland like minus 150 to not score a touchdown. That seems pretty dang good. So they also have the play on Deshaun Elliott. So we have a lot of options. They also have the play on Juju. Which is another good option. So they got a lot of plays available. Damn, there's been a lot of value in tackles plus assists this year. So, you know, here's a play for tomorrow. How do we feel about that? Saints versus Panthers. We have 2 Monday Night Football games. Is that correct? Yeah, we have 2 Monday Night Football games. Interesting. So there's a lot of plays actually on this platform. Damn. So Chris Boswell under 6 kicking points. This play is beautiful. Positive correlation here as well, right? If the Steelers have the ball less frequently, he's more likely to go under. He's more likely to go under. And you can see, like, all the sports books have Chris Boswell's line around like 5.5 kicking points. Parlay plays asleep at the wheel with his line at 6. So this play seems freaking beautiful, and we can lock it in. Again, what sucks about ParlayPlay is it's a pretty great platform in some ways. There's a lot of good lines. They have better payouts than PrizePicks. So if we look at this, you know, where is it? So if you look at a PrizePicks 6-pick flex play, if you go 5 for 6, they only give you 2x. ParlayPlay, it's 2.5x payout. So, like, obviously all these things matter long term, 2x payout versus 2.5x payout. So just something to consider. Anyways, what's up, guys? Any CSGO picks on PrizePicks? PrizePicks just switched their payout system. PrizePicks is a 9x payout now. For what? What is PrizePicks a 9x payout for? But yeah, we can go back to PrizePicks in a sec. But this play on ParlayPlay, really good. And again, it's not as sexy of a platform as PrizePicks, but there's some really good value on it. So if you want to tail it. So, did I miss the Underdog picks? We'll look at Underdog here in a sec, but there's a lot of value on ParlayPlay. Yeah, I mean, So Underdog, let's take a look at Underdog, but let's just clear out Parlay Play quickly. And by clear out Parlay Play, I mean we got one really good play down, but there were some other ones that seemed decent. Tyreek Hill under 6.5 receptions, if you're feeling ballsy. Did we already bet on Holland? Let's take a look. Or did we bet on... So we did already bet on Holland. So we already bet on Holland. So I'm going to skip over that play. And let's just see what it's recommending. Chris Olave over 5 receptions. That play seems decent. So this is what I wanted. Elliott under 6.5 passes plus assists, or tackles plus assists. So this play was the one that PrizePicks bumped on us. And it pairs nicely with Schuster, another one that PrizePicks bumped on us. So PrizePicks bumped them on us, but that's the good thing about having multiple books. All these books take 2 seconds to sign up for as well. People act like they have to go to war to sign up for a sports book. It takes 2 minutes, and most of these books give you like a free $100. But anyways, so Tua under 270.5 passing yards, but that doesn't really pair nicely with these plays. But I mean, you can see here, right? Like, there's pretty good value on Tua, to score a touchdown if you go to the passing yards. And we take a look at Tua. And again, this is just the sportsbook screen on OddsJam. Is most of the market, what is JockMKT? Well, most of the market has his line. Where is ParlayPlay? Around there's actually a lot of discrepancies in the market. Underdog has his line at 261.5. Hot Streak is 280.5. You could middle bet. Take the over 261 on JockMKT. JockMKT's even better. Under 280.5 on Hot Streak. Again, this is why sports betting is so profitable. You think about the price of a stock. You go to Fidelity, E-Trade, whatever. This is going to be the price of Facebook. There's no discrepancies, right? There may be some different fees on the platforms, but it's literally insane if you think about it, right? For the exact same bet, what is Tua's passing line? You have vastly different prices, right? So when you think about getting an edge in sports betting, it's pretty simple. Find the fucking sports books that are being stupid relative to all the other books and where these books are setting their lines, right? You find value using data. So what do we want to pair with? Okay, so we got 2 good picks. We got to go over to Underdog Fantasy, and we got to go back to PrizePicks. So let's try to move quickly. So I do like this play, over 5 receptions for Chris Olave. FanDuel has his line at 5.5. So we can go ahead, we can take this over. But let's see if we can find any other, positively correlated slips or plays that we want to include with this bad boy. So we have under 35.5 for Schuster. Tua under, Chris Boswell under, we already bet that. Ezekiel Elliott under, we already bet that. Patriots, Gesicki over 14.5. FanDuel has his line at 18.5. Damn. Jalen Waddle under 4.5 receptions. So this play, maybe we actually, these actually pair kind of better. So what we could do is we could take Waddle. Well, no, we want Waddle. So this play seems decent. Top Z under 32.5. So we can start here. Or should we just go to Underdog Fantasy? Are people bored with Parlay Play? So we can go here. So again, esports, not the sexiest thing in the world during football season. But if we take a look at where are the books setting their lines. So we can go to the sportsbook screen. We can pull it up. Let's take a look at this. So some of these plays we already have, but what would we want to go with? So let's take a look here, Top Z, and we want to go to CSGO. And then we want to look at player kills. Parlay Play has his line at 32.5. Hot Streak is at 29.5. And they have the under, a little bit more juice towards the under. Underdog Fantasy's at 32. JockMKT 30. Just looking at the sportsbook screen. So that seems pretty good. Anyways, let me shut up for a second. Let's just try to move quickly. Lock in this slip. Move on to Underdog Fantasy. Then we got to go back to PrizePicks. So Tyreek Hill under 6.5 receptions. So if we're going to take Tua's under, probably makes sense to take Hill's under in receptions. Oh, and they have the receiving TD lineup. So I'm going to take both unders. So I am all over Hill. But again, like, I bet Hill until I hit my max betting limit on PrizePicks. So again, you know, like, it's pretty simple. On ParlayPlay, because they have even better payouts than PrizePicks, you only have to win like 53% of your picks to be profitable. Every sportsbook has Tyreek Hill as a big underdog to score a TD, so you want to take his under. Also, where's Courtland Sutton? Did my bet win? Hopefully this bet won. And hopefully some of you tailed it. I mean, some people don't tail. Fuck. He's at 38 yards. So hopefully under 49.5 is what we have. Hopefully they don't have the ball. But anyways, let's go back here and let's take a look. So we got parlay play. Hopefully we don't have a bad beat on the Sutton play because it's turning out to be a crazy good day. Who would want to throw a wrench in? Who would want to throw a wrench in that? So we have Tua under. We have Tyreek Hill, no touchdown. If you're just tuning in, Tyreek Hill is one of the best plays out there. Under 26.5 rushing yards. So I don't really want unders for Patriots players because I'm taking unders for Dolphins players. So Gesicki over 14.5. This play kind of seems pretty good. Right? So we want to take him over 14.5. And we want one more pick. One more pick to create our 6-pick flex play on parlay play before we head over back to... or we could take Derek Carr under 1.5 passing TDs. Again, it's kind of up to you. You know, it's the same like logic. All the books have Derek Carr heavily favored to go under. Probably want to take his under. Tua passing touchdowns. Over 1.5 is a little bit of value on PrizePicks. All the books have his over slightly juiced. I mean, not crazy value, but actually, let's go back to PrizePicks here in a second, but let's just lock in this slip very briefly. So if we're taking Derek Carr under in passing yards, this I'm not always sure about. So taking players under in passing yards from opposing teams, I think that's positively correlated if you take both QBs to go under, but we can take a look here. So if you want to figure out kind of what the correlation should be for a bet, it's pretty simple, right? FanDuel has the same odds for Bryce Young's over and under as well as Derek Carr. If I take both unders together, I get plus 232. If I take an under and an over, I get plus 264. So FanDuel gives you better odds if you take one over and one under, right? Versus both unders. So both unders are positively correlated because FanDuel is artificially reducing the payout. Right? So that seems pretty good. And then we'll let's head back to PrizePicks here in a second. But here we have an absolute banger. So let's go here, and then we want to place this. Shit. So I already hit... So I already bet Derek Carr, I guess, so I'm going to have to switch this to the Carr TD one, which I don't have a problem with, but then I don't know if the Bryce Young correlation works as well. We can go back to FanDuel. So if you just go to like passing TDs, it's very simple to see the correlation, right? If we're taking Derek Carr to go under, if we take Bryce Young to go under, our payout's plus 192. If we take him to go over, so that is positively correlated. They're giving you worse odds if you take both unders. So we want to take both unders together. So that seems pretty good. And then we can go ahead, we can lock it in. What the hell? I already bet on passing TDs for Derek Carr too. I don't even remember betting it. I don't think I bet it. But maybe they're just limiting me because I don't know. I don't know. Jonathan Mingo over 2.5 receptions or George Pickens under 3.5. Last two plays that are in green on the fantasy optimizer that we could go with. So if we're taking Bryce Young's under, we don't want to take Kuminga's over. That's his receiver. So what we want to do, or Jonathan Mingo, we want to take George Pickens under 3.5 receptions. And this will be the final play we go with on Parlay Play before we head back to PrizePicks, because it seemed like there were some good plays on PrizePicks. So this is for the Steelers game. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's lock it in. Then let's head back to PrizePicks. And we still got some time before game time. So there we go. We got another entry. All good plays with an edge. 2 is passing line, 270 half. On Parlay Play, the rest of the market was like, what, 260-ish, 262? Seems pretty good. But what we can do is there anything on Fliff? We can take a look at Fliff. We can take a look at Jock Market. Anything at all. But anyways, let's go back here. And let's go to PrizePicks. And we can look at Underdog Fantasy as well. So a play I really liked was Stevenson to not score a touchdown. Right? So I want to take that under. Why does the Mac Jones one start before the Stevenson one? I'm not sure. But anyways, how's my bet doing? Who has the fucking ball? God, the Broncos have the ball. That is literally horrible for me. Fuck, he went over. Damn. So that's a bad beat, Sutton. That's only going to be, damn. That would have been crazy. I mean, we had him to complete a few different slips. So, of course, it's the late night. I mean, we had him in a bunch of slips. But regardless, just how it goes sometimes. The biggest sweat is going to be the one on Tyreek Hill. But anyways, let's go back here to PrizePicks. That is not fun. So Tyreek Hill over 53.5 seems like a good play to go with. That's the promo if you want to bet it. But what I want to do is I want to pair this to a play with Stevenson under, right? If the Dolphins, so these plays work well together. If Stevenson goes under, Dolphins are more likely to have the ball longer. 2 is more likely to go over. So that seems good. Such a bad beat. But anyways, got to stay focused on the next bets. Everyone has bad beats. So we also have Ryland under 1.5 field goals made. That we already bet. So let's just skip over that. Any other plays we really like? So we can take a look, just kind of add everything. Maybe there's some positively correlated esports plays. So Elliott under 1.5 receptions. This seems good, right? So this play we already have on Parlay Play, but again, Parlay Play, they only have max bet sizes of $60 per player. So you're only going to be able to bet something for $60, which, again, all these books have their pros, all these books have their cons. So Parlay Play is a cool platform, but they have really low max betting limits, and what's optimal is 6-pick parlays on this platform. So, I'm up 3.5K profit this year. I signed up like 4 months ago. So it's a good book to have in general. But anyways, let's go here, and we can take a look at PrizePicks, and let's try to find some more good picks to go with. So we got Tua over, Stevenson under, Elliott under. So all these plays I like. And what else do we want to hit? Howard under 3. I mean, that seems good as well. Right? So this may be a full slip on the exact same game. So what we can do is we can... Damn. Would have been epic if that Sutton play cashed. But anyways, just how it goes sometimes. So what else do we want to go with? Let's just find one more pick. That ruined my day for a bit. So anyways, the Stevenson play is definitely the best play. It's the best play on the board right now. But what we can do is we can just go here and we can take Quinn's under. And it was for the first game, we wanted to take the under because that's where the discrepancy is. If you look at Underdog, right, they have the line at 16 for the first game. Same with Parlay Play. They have the line at 16, I'm pretty sure, for Quinn. So the value is on the under on PrizePicks, although I can't see it, but I swear it was there just a few minutes ago. But anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll lock this in. 10x, 2x, 0.4x. So that's the regular PrizePicks payout. It says payout shift, but that's the same payout. I'm not sure why it says payout shift, but that'll be the next play we go with. Waddle over Sutton SMH. I know. Sutton SMH. I can see the chat, bro. Damn. Check out the better promo. Sutton just went over. Got like 45 comments about that. I know. It would have been an insane day if he would have just stayed under. But that's just how it goes sometimes. What else did we cash? So here, 500 to 200, 3 for 5, 3 for 5. And again, 3 for 5, 3 for 5. Here we had the reboot on Richardson. So we get the 5X. And again, these are parlay-only sports books. One of these bad boys pays for some losses. So today's definitely going to be a winner. It's just going to boil down to how big of a winner is it. So let's head over to Underdog Fantasy and we can take a look, see if there's any other value that we want to hit for this game. So here's a crazy discrepancy. This looks like a crazy CSGO play. Crazy CSGO discrepancy. Sutton. Oh, man. So let's go here and let's go to player kills. He didn't have any yards in the first half. But here, this play looks like, and again, what sucks about esports is you don't have a ton of data points. So by that, I mean like, when I talk about this play on Stevenson being really good, taking him not to score a touchdown on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform. They don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So if we go here and we look up Stevenson, right? And it's the same thing with Tyreek. Like all these books have him as a huge underdog to score, right? Fliff has him minus 200 to score, right? All these books have him heavily favored to not score a touchdown. PrizePicks would give us the same payout, right? Like my payout is the same. If I switch him to an over here, right? I'm getting the same payout as if I take his under. So all the books are telling you he's a lot more likely to go under. You want to take his under. What sucks about esports though, is you just don't have, like here, it's like we have tons of data points, hundreds of sports books on OddsJam, 215. They all have Stevenson heavily favored to go under. Esports, just not as many books post lines on it, but you can see here, there's still this crazy discrepancy. Lonks, his line is 35.5 on Underdog, right? 31.5, and Hot Streak has the under as the favored outcome. So that seems like a good play to go with. SMH, Sutton. So you could take Tyreek Hill under. Again, I don't think they're going to let me bet it again because I already have money on it. But we can take a look at some of these other plays. Kind of see how we're feeling about them. So again, it doesn't look like PrizePicks has CSGO lines for tomorrow posted. But here, once again, it's like Underdog Fantasy appears to be the side. 34 on Underdog, 32, 31.5 across the rest of the market for freeze. So we'd want to take his under 34. I'll try to rebet this, but I don't think they're going to let me rebet it. Oh, they will. So they're letting me rebet. I have a max of 100 on Underdog Fantasy. But hey, they're letting us hit it again, right? So why do we like the play on Tyreek Hill? Because it's fucking probably the best play on Underdog Fantasy, right? So if we look here, we look at NFL. We go to player touchdowns, and we take a look at Tyreek. Every single sportsbook, right, has him as a big underdog to score a TD. Again, sometimes these one-way markets are a little misleading. Like the books that don't have to post odds on both the over and the under, they're not giving you odds on the under, so they'll juice their markets more. But like you can see, all the books with two-way markets have Tyreek Hill heavily favored to go under. Underdog Fantasy gives you a 6x payout regardless of the picks you select. So Tyreek Hill under is a great play to go with, right? And then for the CSGO plays, it's like Underdog line at 34. The other, sportsbooks setting their lines with their sophisticated models. The other data points we have 32, 31.5. It's kind of like if you were a day trader and you went to Fidelity and a stock was $34, and then on E-Trade, Robinhood, Charles Schwab, all the other platforms, it's $31.50 or $32. It's like, well, I'll short it at 34 because clearly they have their line too high. So that's a great play on Underdog. We can see if there's anything else on Underdog popping up. We can see if there's anything. I mean, we could take Tyreek Hill. They're not going to let me bet. $100 max bet size per player per day. So I think the reason they let me rebet this play on Tyreek Hill was I bet it yesterday. So I guess my betting limit's reset. But it seems like there's maybe a little more esports value if we already want to start looking for some late night plays for once the NFL ends. So like here, right? It's like Underdog has his line at 32.5. Hot Streak has his line 4 kills higher. Esports is crazy because there's so many games and books they have no idea how to price their lines, which leads to a lot of inefficiencies and a lot of value for us as the sports bettor. So we want to take him over 32.5. Hot Streak 4 kills higher, and their model has the over, right? They're juicing their market towards the over. So their model has the over 36.5 as the favorite outcome. Underdog Fantasy has their line at 32.5, right? Hot Streak 36.5 with the over favored. Jock Market 34.5. You could middle bet this, take the over on Underdog, the under on Hot Streak. It's like buying a stock for $32.50, selling it for $36.50. But anyways, let's take a look at Wonderful. Once again, Underdog has the line too low. So we're just kind of, So I'm not going to be able to bet these together, though, because these players are on the same team. On Underdog Fantasy, you can't bet players on the same team in esports, so we're not going to be able to do that. Here, clear as day. 33.5, 35.5. Again, it would be nice if there were other sports books. If if FanDuel had a lineup that said, hey, Bibu's line should be at 35.5, it would be like, okay, that's another data point to consider. So we already took Mike Gesicki's over, but we could double down on Underdog Fantasy if we wanted to. So maybe we do that. So maybe we double down right here with this. So now our last slip was all unders. Now we got all overs. And this is a play I can rock with. And again, a lot of people would be like, oh, why don't you place one bet a day? It's like Underdog Fantasy has a max bet size of $100. ParlayPlay has a max bet size of $60. Even if you had an ROI of 20%, if you're placing one bet a day for $60 on ParlayPlay, that's their max bet size on the platform, you're not going to make any money. You need to get volume down. You need to find plays with an edge. Find plays with an edge. Find value in the market. Don't let your emotions, your gut get in the way. Bet it. Move on to the next play. Not complicated. Just keep finding value in the market. Place bets. Form your own portfolio of plays with value, plays with an edge. You'll make money long term. So we can go back here. We can go to PrizePicks. Damn, we got some good slips down. But anyways, here was the last one on Underdog Fantasy. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? If you're only betting once a day, might as well find another hobby. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. But anyways, let's go back to PrizePicks. Best 2 plays on the board on PrizePicks. So much value in the under and passing plus rush, plus receiving TDs. Again, PrizePicks knows most of their customers are, not sophisticated. They're going to take the overs, even though the unders are probably the side to be on. Here, you definitely want to be on Stevenson's under. Definitely need to be on Stevenson's under if you're taking him, right? PrizePicks will give you the same payout if you take him over or under, but all the books have his under heavily favored. So should be pretty clear. Anything else we're falling in love with? This play on Chad Ryland is still available. What do we like? What do we like? Jake Bailey over 3.5 punts. So again, sometimes that's just how it is. There was a ton of value earlier. Now, obviously, there's one game left. There's some discrepancies that seem decent, but nothing to write home about. So I'm not going to force it. But if you want a really good bet, if you want the best plays on the board on PrizePicks, Stevenson under, Hill under, those are the plays to be on. And then if you just want to look, let's see what else is throughout the market. Bet365 has Mike Gesicki over 13.5 receiving yards at minus 110. Rest of the market around minus 140. Pinnacle, you can see right here, you can pull up a line movement chart. Again, markets aren't static. If everyone starts betting Gesicki's over, lines are going to move towards his over. Sportsbooks move odds. And you can see his over is heavily favored. Lines have been ripping towards his over. Pinnacle is known to be one of the sharper, more sophisticated sports books. You can see Caesars as well. They had his line at minus 117. They've ripped it down to minus 160. They now have him a lot more heavily favored to go over. So we're following this market information. It's kind of like if I could go back a month in time and you told me Facebook was going to be up 6%. Would I buy Facebook? I don't know why it's up 6%. Maybe the company made more money. Maybe they released a new product. I don't know. But stock prices are based on the supply and demand of everyone in the market, right? It's nearly impossible to be a day trader, right? Unless you're working at an institution. You can't just outsmart the market, right? Because the market is a function of the beliefs of every investor. But anyways, Tyreek Hill under 6.5 receptions on Hot Streak. So there's some good plays on Hot Streak. You can see under 46.5 on Pro Line. I think that's a Canadian sports book. So there's a bunch of value out there. Dolphins minus 2.5. Hunter Henry. And then if there's any books you specifically want to look at, you can just kind of filter for them. It's just going to show you the value on those books. So all these plays are for the Dolphins-Patriots game on Hot Streak. So maybe we take one last peek at PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy. If there's nothing available, can call it a day. Again, there's just not a lot of sports books in California where I currently am, so kind of stuck schlepping with PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy, hunting down value on them. So what else do we like? So let's switch our state to New York. Okay. So let's go to PrizePicks. And then let's go to Underdog, and then let's call it a day. So again, Underdog or PrizePicks has a promo. Tyreek's line at 53.5. Sleeper has a promo as well. My refer a friend code is Alex if you sign up. This is free win. This is fucking free money. People are always like, you can't make money sports betting. You could literally just bet the promos, the no-brainer promos like this one. Absolute, absolute no-brainer. But anyways, so anything here, it's all the same shit. I should have done a live stream earlier today when there were a ton of games. I just sat on my butt and did some Twitter. Underdog Fantasy, anything else we fall in love with? Meh. There's some good plays out there, but nothing I'm going to waste everyone's time sitting on the live stream for. So, yeah, if there's anything else you want to pair, Stevenson under, again, there's a link in the pinned comments. You can use my promo code, 2 free week trial of OddsJam. Sleeper, if you don't have it yet, another no-brainer promo. My refer a friend code is just my name, Alex. They have a $100 deposit match for new users. But enjoy the game. Hopefully Tyreek Hill goes under. Frickin' $20K on the line if he goes under. Have a great rest of your day, guys.